Bring me Thanos! That is pretty insane. How's it going, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Ladies and gents, welcome to the Blitzwinger YouTube channel. And today we're going to go on ahead and add the Thor design from Infinity War into a LEGO DC Supervillains. Now, of course, if you don't know, LEGO DC Supervillains is the absolute best customizer that we have ever seen in any LEGO game up until this point. Again, I honestly don't even think that that's an opinion. I think that's just plain and simple and objective fact, because honestly, it is insanely awesome. And if you don't believe me, you can go on ahead and check the channel. I've uploaded tons of customs already. We've designed some crazy designs, some of which have turned out to be very close to the actual designs of the characters that we're building. For example, just yesterday I uploaded a Black Panther design unmasked, so you can go on ahead and check that out if you haven't yet. And today, of course, as you have read the title and probably have seen the thumbnail, we are going to go on ahead and put together the God of Thunder, Thor. So that is going to be our challenge for today. So for now, I guess let's go on ahead and right off the bat change up his tool of choice here, because obviously we're going to need to do so. So I think that should be a pretty good axe there for the one and only Thor. Now, you see, the weird thing is that the axe is really both colors, because remember, spoiler alert, Infinity War, he uses the axe handle itself part is actually the arm of Groot, so that part is brown like a wood stick, but the majority of the axe is, or I guess the top of the axe is silver or steel. So I think we're gonna keep it this way. I think that'll work. Okay, so from there, let's proceed onwards. The next thing we need to go on ahead and adjust. Okay, let's start with, I don't even know. I guess let's start with the, like I usually do, the things that are going to be easy. So he wasn't wearing gloves. And by the way, when I say Thor, we're designing the end scene Thor. So this is when he's recouped both his eyes, so on and so forth. So I just want to be kind of upfront about that, because I know people are going to be like, well, he actually had an eye patch, because we obviously could go on ahead and design that as well, because luckily what you can do is you can go on ahead and pick a face, let's say this one for example, right? Then we would change the beard. Well, actually, I don't even know if they have, I guess that would be kind of the lightest color, because that's too, I think it's probably that color there, honestly. So if we went with that, then we could give him an eye patch, because it is available in here, for example, like so. So it's a possibility. I'm not trying to say like, oh, it's impossible to make. Very possible, of course. But we're not going to make that, because we are obviously going for the end scene Thor. All right, so from there, I guess actually that's a good face. I just realized, like, hey, we picked a pretty good face. We could maybe recolor, but again, these, I feel like that shade and this shade is wrong. Like, this one just feels a little bit too orange. We tried proper orange, that's wrong too. I don't know. Just feels like these, oh, actually, maybe that? No. I honestly think that this is probably the most accurate out of the bunch. Maybe that, but again, feels like that's a little bit too dark of a shade, so we'll go with that just to mix it up a little bit. Okay. So, surprisingly, that works out, I guess. Now, we need to find if they actually have the exact hairstyle, which I think is this one. That, yep. This is the actual hairstyle that LEGO used when they released the minifigure. Okay, so now this makes me question whether or not we had the right color. I think this is wrong. But I don't think they have the exact shade in the game. So we're going to need to... Oh. Maybe that's right, actually. Surprisingly so. It sort of kind of looks correct, doesn't it? But I think maybe we could go with this. Right? It sort of matches the beard a bit better. I know that the design they released is kind of this and this. It's kind of in between those two looks. But not really seeing anything that's exactly the same. We could go with this one just so that, yeah, let's get that saturation of the color going so that we actually have a cool look for the characters. So then I guess we got to change the beard to be a bit darker. right? I feel like that might be a little bit too dark, but it's okay. We'll try to make it work. Once we have the cape and everything in place, I'm sure it'll be far, far better. Okay, time to add a cape. An epic, epic cape at that. We're going to go with, of course, the red cape that we see at the end scene there. Whoo-wee! Now, what we could do is, for a little bit of extra detail, you know how like the inside of the cape, because there's a lot of shadow falling on it, we could color it in black like that so it actually looks a little bit nicer. And I think that will be a really cool look here. Okay, from there, what do we need? We need to adjust the arms. Now, the arms in the latter half, he actually does have this, how would I describe it? It's kind of like chainmail, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it's not just like a flat gray. Like if I went ahead and colored it like this, let's see, that's too bright. Let's try that. So like that, it's accurate, right? Like you can kind of say like, well, that's kind of the color that his arms were. So I agree with that. I think that it would be somewhat applicable, but it was far more of a chainmail armor. So based on that, let's look around and see if there's anything in here that can kind of sort of resemble that, or at least give us that texturing on the arm pieces that would fit that look. Of course, we could recolor things too, so that would help. Okay, so this is the first thing that kind of caught my attention. It's weird because nothing's recoloring. What is getting recolored on this? Okay, that was weird. Those arms weren't recoloring, right? Why do I always manage to find glitches? Nothing is changing color, right, guys? Am I, like, crazy? Because those arms would be really perfect, honestly. Oh, man. Of course, the ones, just the right ones that I need. So maybe we could recolor these. Okay, brilliant. So those do recolor. So I think we'll go with that then instead. Since the other ones don't really want to adjust in color. And that's the darkest gray they have. So if there was maybe one a little bit darker, I would have considered it, but there is no option there. Unless if... No. I wanted to see if there was something up at the top of the color wheel, but there was not. Okay, so with that in mind, let's see. I guess we can go on ahead and... let's save the torso for last, because I know that's going to be tough. Let's recolor the legs. So we'll give him a belt. And I think for the legs, honestly, I don't mind going just with the plain black design. Now, again, I think they were more textured than that, but maybe something like that, just so it has a little bit of texturing in there. You know? Sort of something along those lines. Then we need to obviously select the torso. So the torso is the toughest part, because the torso that Thor has those 6 circles, like 3 and 3, you know, going from the top kind of down. So we're going to need to look for something along those lines, and then of course recolor that to be, I guess, either like super dark gray or black, depending on that. So something like this would be cool for Thor, but it's just simply inaccurate. I do think it looks really sweet, and I think it's a cool design, and maybe I'll still use it, but it would be incredibly inaccurate. So here's a circle design, but that's very inaccurate. You know what? The funny thing is, honestly, if there was no clock on that green belt there, and if that green belt wasn't there, it honestly might have worked. That's interesting. That kind of works as well, which is surprising, quite frankly. What about something like that? Curious. Nope. It looks cool, though. I'll give it that much. Sure does look cool. All right, we're going to go on ahead and just scroll through this carefully. We don't want to jump to be like, hey, this is the one, you know? Ooh, now that's interesting, because we still get the circle design, but we do get the giant design as well. But I kind of like this as an option. It's definitely a possibility. Let's put it that way. I think it's probably our front runner right now. Honestly. What about that in black? No, I think that's inaccurate. I think that's our best option yet. But hey, maybe there's something even better, so let's not jump to conclusions yet. Maybe we'll be able to locate something that will work a bit better for this design. That's cool, but again, I just don't think it's all that accurate. Nope. Also nope. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go with the... What's the name of that character? I always forget. Mazos? Mazos, yeah. Okay, that's the recolor. But we're not done yet either. Because, of course, in order for this to be proper Thor, we've got to give him some lightning effects. There we go. And then the other hand as well. Because, you know, bring me Thanos! Which, by the way, was quite possibly the best scene in any movie ever. Seriously. I think that looks cool. And we could adjust the color to be also that, so that we kind of get that lightning effect. Now, here's the other thing that's going to be crucially important for this character. Because remember when he does the Bring Me Thanos scene? That's kind of what happens right there. So we're going to go on ahead and change that. And that now permits us to move along to the next bit. I guess we could keep that teal kind of, you know, with a lightning effect. We're going to make him invulnerable, even though he technically, I guess, kind of isn't. I guess we don't really need to touch the animation side of things. Let's give him the lightning bolt. Well, actually, yeah, I guess those are better than these ones. Fits the character a bit more. All right, abilities. Now, we definitely want to give him flight, without a doubt. So that makes sense. Holy, look at that legit look. Look at him. How cool is that? That looks awesome. We will give him the hyper jump as well. To do that Bring Me Thanos moment. No, whoops. No need to scale up or down. Regular fighting there. We will give him hold to... I'm actually kind of curious. What? Oh, no, that's not good. That's we're not going with that. There we go. Perfect. I remember it correctly. We just got to make it lightning so that he could zap everybody with his lightning abilities. Then for the circle ability, tap could be... We could do bolts. Do force field. If it's going to be bolts, it's got to be electric as well. It's got to be recolored. And I don't know why it's not changing or even previewing the... That's a little odd. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, maybe we need to turn off some abilities. Maybe we had too many equipped. But we do have to have the boomerang thing because you gotta have... See, the problem is that it's gonna be a, like, actual boomerang. You can't throw the axe, which stinks. So that's unfortunate. Because that would have fit the character, of course. Very much so. Let's give him hazard protection, illumination with his lightning ability. Then let's give him deflection, obviously super strength, all that. That fits. No mind control. Okay, there we go. Nope. Sorry. Didn't mean to click that. We've already given him the axe. Obviously got to give him the hero status. And then, ladies and gents, just like that, we have now assembled Thor. My good googly moogly. That is one heck of a design for the Asgardian known as Thor. So with that in mind, ladies and gents, let me know what you guys think of the design that we have put here together today. I'm actually really happy. I love that he's got the lightning going on as we move around. Then in addition to that, check this out. Watch. Bring me Thanos! Are you kidding me, guys? Seriously, watch this. Watch. Bring me... Wait. Bring me Thanos! That is pretty insane. So with that in mind, ladies and gents, there you have it. That is our ridiculously awesome take on Thor, the God of Thunder from Avengers Infinity War. Let me know what other characters you guys would like to see assembled next time. Of course, I should probably let you guys know the next one that you will see, which will be tomorrow, is actually going to be Captain America. Peace out, guys. I'll see you all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.